Live from Los Angeles.
Here we go!
This is exciting, isn't it?
Welcome.
Hi.
We
We're
are
still here.
We didn't go anywhere.
No, nowhere. Came
Yeah.
right back.
It couldn't be a bigger disaster tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about the weather,
No.
Yeah.
even though it's a monsoon outside right now.
But we
Yeah.
can blame the weather because it could be affecting Wi-Fi. I heard it's been doing that around Los Angeles. A lot of people have lost power. We're lucky to be on.
Yeah.
I'm losing my power right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but good to be here. Thanks for joining us. We do not do this lightly tonight.
No.
No, we could have canceled it many times.
Yeah.
We've decided not
We
to.
still can.
We stuck with it. Anything's on the table right now.
Yeah.
Against our better judgment, we've continued on with the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, the show must go on. This is Hollywood. God damn it!
Yeah. It is crazy that
Even though it looks like Stockholm or something out there.
Yeah.
with all this rain.
Oh my God. Yeah. And when Kyle arrived, I came here first to the Dipod studio, and Kyle had me open the big gate,
Yeah, that
So-
was a big nightmare.
and it's raining. It's not working. I'm out in the rain. Like, it's locked. It's jammed. I don't know how to do this. It reminded me of the scene in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it
know
was
how
kind
some-
of like that.
Samantha compared me to Wayne Knight in the Basic Instinct scene when you had your legs out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Wayne Knight again in that scene from Jurassic Park
Yeah,
where it's pouring rain.
and he has 15 minutes to get to the other end of the Jurassic Park.
He has the embryo and
Yeah.
the shaving
Yeah.
cream can, and he's just like slipping in the rain.
Yeah, it's a disaster after disaster. Yeah, and then the Velociraptors take him out. Maybe that's going to happen to you also.
Because he insulted the Velociraptor. He's like, I'm glad you're extinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no wonder you're extinct.
You think they took that to heart?
Oh, yeah.
Tiff is in Sacramento. She said they lost power for 12 hours today.
Oh, my God.
How do you Netflix and chill?
We thought we had it bad down here. And
Yeah.
We do.
So it was actually crazy. Our first episode that we did, Death and Entertainment Tonight live, Nikki from New York said that because you didn't say don't go dying on us at
Yeah.
the very end,
Okay.
you are responsible for any deaths that come up in the next week.
Oh, so it left it open. So I left the devil open.
Yes.
Yes.
So without further ado, our first story that Mark is responsible for, country singer Toby Keith, dead at 62.
I was shocked. Last night at 1 a.m, I just was kind of scrolling through Twitter. I'm like, holy shit, that guy?
Yeah.
He seemed so healthy. I hadn't seen him in 20 years, but still.
Yeah. Well, apparently he had stomach cancer that he had been battling for quite a while.
I didn't
And,
know about that.
Yeah, he had some recent pictures that he went out to some events, and you could tell it was like he had been going through some treatment.
I felt bad because people call him like a shit kicking redneck kind of idiot.
Yeah.
But he did all those roasts back in the day with Greg Giraldo would just tear him a fucking new one.
Mhm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. He said that he didn't have any political sides.
Yeah.
And that it was just about, he supported the troops, not the war, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is rare for country music artists. They're always bleeding
Yeah.
red.
Yeah, and I actually am a fan of country music, not all of it,
Yeah.
but I would say he's an example of just good time pop country songs.
For the most part. But he had a time where he said, put a boot in Bin Laden's ass, which is not a bad sentiment.
Well, what
really.
else are you supposed to say after
I know.
9/11?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
What do you want him to friggin'
Greg,
give
Greg,
him a kiss?
Go
Greg-
Bill Maher on them and say they're brave.
Yeah.
Greg,
Oh, that was the worst.
Greg Giraldo said, you put the big in bigot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the song courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue
Yeah.
in 2002 as a response to 9/11. It was his biggest hit.
Yeah.
And his other songs, though, were all about having a good time, like Red Solo Cup.
I love this bar. That song I heard so many times because I went to college out in Western Massachusetts in the woods.
Well, country music is a good time, concert. You're gonna have a good time. All the songs are about good things and just
Mhm.
drinking and shit kicking shit like that.
Yeah.
It's not like a Radiohead concert where you're just gonna be crying the whole time.
Right. And he used one of your favorite phrases.
Which,
How do you like me now?
oh yeah, how you like me now?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where they got that.
Probably. And
Yeah.
I would say that Toby Keith was comparable to Jimmy Buffett
Yeah.
as a businessman because he had restaurants and like tequila brands.
They had one Toby Keith's bar outside of Gillette Stadium where the Patriots play.
What's it called?
It was called Toby Keith's.
Really?
Yeah. Huge country bar.
What's
But
it
he had a-
called? Of course, it's going to be called Toby Keith.
No, but like some places have names. Like
Yeah.
Like Guy Fieri's Flavor Town.
yeah.
This was just straight up
Dan
Toby
Marino.
Keith.
It's like Dan Marino. Down in Florida, he's got a bunch of places called like Dan Marino's Good Time Place to Hang Out or something. It's like a long-winded
Or
name.
Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett,
Buffett.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called Toby Keith's I Love This Bar and Grill. That makes sense.
That is such
See,
a
I
smart.
knew there was more of a title to it.
But that is
Don't call me stupid for saying it.
You idiot.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
you elitist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was such a smart name for a restaurant too, calling it "I love this place" or whatever.
Yeah.
Because just saying the name, you're
Yeah.
endorsing it.
That's like the people that name their Chinese food restaurants 5-star Chinese food restaurant when people
Smart.
Google it, it's like, hey, why don't we go with the 5-star Chinese food restaurant?
Yeah.
We should change the name of this podcast.
yeah, like
The most successful podcast in the world.
Yeah.
give us $1 million, worthy
The best podcast you ever heard. We love
Yeah.
it too.
of $20,000 from you right now.
I guess there was a ton of closings in 2014 and 15. So this is pre-pandemic. All of the there was so many locations. 2014, the location in Dallas, Texas closed abruptly for not paying rent.
Mm.
Well, that'll do it.
March 2014, location in Tucson, Arizona closed abruptly after being evicted by General Growth Properties for breach of contract.
They didn't pay.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to usually.
December.
Sounded like you said Mark 2014.
Yeah, what do you call me out here?
Yup.
Why am I the target of this? Because I didn't say don't go dying on us last time.
Breach of mark track.
Yeah, this is all your fault.
I guess so.
I know this is on you for real.
Yeah.
December, they closed in Folsom, California, abruptly. All these are super abrupt.
Yeah.
So there must have been people with their boots on outside, like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, I want a shitty steak out here.
I wore my shit kickers ready to fucking line dance.
Mid cheeseburger. They're like, all right, get out of here, you bum.
Sorry. Yeah, the SEC comes in and just take the cheeseburgers out of people's mouths.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Another one in Newport News, Virginia closed abruptly. At the time of their eviction, the restaurant owed the city center more than $500,000 in delinquent rent and fees.
Yeah, I feel like someone wasn't paying someone in that organization. Like,
Yeah, I feel like, someone.
that's a misappropriation
I
of funds.
feel like
treasurer.
somebody dropped the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a fraud.
Dropped the bank.
Yeah, someone has a Cayman Islands account somewhere.
For real. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
In
9,
my bank
10,
account.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Kyle can
16.
count, everybody.
Yeah, this is
17 more
this
closings.
is the new podcast. Kyle learns how to count.
Kyle counts Toby Keith's I Love This Bar and Grill restaurant closings.
Kyle's baby is going to be teaching him how to count. to
Yeah.
10.
I guess the one in Foxborough at Patriot Place closed abruptly January 29, 2019.
Well, like,
Is there a way, though, to not close abruptly with those kind of restaurants?
yeah.
I mean,
Hey, by the way, in 6 months, this is all going away.
yeah.
Why don't they do it old school where people just burn it down?
Yeah.
Right?
Real.
Yeah.
All 100 franchises
Yeah,
burnt
one-
down at the same time.
Yeah, that would be like the White House would get called for that.
Yeah. Apparently, he had been living with cancer since June 2022. And in September last year, he spoke of the roller coaster experience of going through treatment.
Yeah, we actually have a clip. A local newscaster did an interview with him at his Oklahoma home.
Oh, wow.
And
At his Oklahoma,
yeah,
or his
This
Oklahoma?
is too serious, Kyle. I don't want to fuck around with it.
All right, come on. Where is it?
that is in the live folder.
No.
Yeah, and then
Oh.
there you go.
Oh, okay. I see what's
Now
going
we
on
know
there.
what's going on.
Now we're cooking with grease.
Are you talking about his hair?
Yes.
Wow, you're really fucked up, man. I'm trying to
Talking about Guy Fieri.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, when I saw this clip, it is shocking to see him like this because it ain't the image I had
Yeah.
Really?
ingrained in my head. Yeah, I still picture the courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
Yeah, and I remember he was a big guy when he was on those roasts. That's what I
He looked
really remember
huge.
from-
Oh, he
looked-
says a joke in this
he's
clip.
like 6. He was like 6'5".
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait till you hear his joke in this clip.
All right.
This big one.
Talking a lot more action.
You shouldn't kiss me like this unless you mean it like that.
So many shades of Toby.
I want to thank the Almighty for allowing me to be here tonight.
Now it's Toby Keith's health making the headlines.
I bet y'all never thought you'd see me in skinny jeans.
We sat down with Toby at his home recently in Norman.
It ain't up to us.
Surgery, chemo, radiation.
Cancer's a roller coaster, so it's like you just sit here and wait on it to go away. It may not ever go away. And if it goes in remission, it's still be in the back of your mind. You still have to do scans and stuff.
How do you maneuver through those dark hallways?
Faith. Yeah, you have to have your faith. It's thank God that I got it too.
Damn.
Yeah, that's very hard to watch.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he had
he's 6'5". He looked like he was like 120 pounds.
he had a very good attitude about it. And I thought it was interesting how he said, and even if it goes away, I'm still going to have this on my mind and it'll have to be with me the rest of my life anyway.
Yeah.
So in some ways, he's the ultimate optimist, but then also a pessimist.
That's what we call a realist.
It's like that thing where whatever was worrying you, suddenly that problem is solved. And for a second, you're happy.
Yeah.
And then a second later, you're miserable again because you find something else to be miserable about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well put.
Thank you.
Looks like the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum remembered Keith as someone who was big, brash, and never bowed down or slowed down for anyone.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Sad because you remember how he was.
Mhm.
Yeah. I guess he was a former oil worker. So he was for real.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He lived the life.
Yeah. Sometimes to quote Cat Williams, there's some industry plants out there that are
Oh.
not real
Oh,
country
yeah.
people,
Yeah.
Oh, but he was the real deal, you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm saying he's the opposite of that.
Yeah,
he's
he is
not
the real
he's
deal.
not the industry plant.
Yeah.
He's not the Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah, they're out there. They're like former theater kids that for some reason all of a sudden become like, country western singers.
Or Hootie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that guy. That's just the tip of the iceberg, brother. Hey, brother, that's the tip of the iceberg with that guy.
Yeah. He in 2004 he came back and won top prize at the ACM Awards for his album called Shock and Y'all. Instead of Shock and Awe.
Yeah. So he doubled down on the anti-terrorist thing.
And Shock and Y'all.
Or was it pro-terrorist now?
Yeah.
You never know with him. He was a wild card.
Yeah, but then he plays the other side. He's pro-ISIS all of a sudden, but he's still singing country western songs. But talking about like putting women in their like their suits and stuff.
Yeah, he threw everybody off guard when he had the song courtesy of Muhammad Atta.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wears a suicide vest on stage.
Hop in your hijab and we'll hop in my truck.
9/11 jumpers got what they deserve.
Oh, whoa. Jeez.
Jeez.
See, you guys got to
He
learn how to
takes it
toe
too
the
far.
line here. You got to take it a little too far.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, rest in peace, Toby Keith.
Yeah. Rest in
R.I.P.
peace.
Yeah.
Let's move on with Toby Keith before we get deleted, before the IDF kind of stomps through the door here.
Yeah.
And the next big loss we had is a man named Carl Weathers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a huge one.
He starred as Apollo Creed in the first 4 Rocky movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the audacity for good at him. He went along with it, but like there was no way Stallone could beat up that guy in
No.
real life.
No.
Well,
It's absurd.
In the first one, he lost.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, but the second one he did not.
No. And then in the third one, they banded together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. At
He
least,
gets killed.
yeah, we're friends now.
Boy, we gave away every spoiler.
I know, yeah. But if you haven't
For a
seen
40-year-old movie.
if you haven't seen Rocky 1 and 2 right now, come on. Kill
We
your-
can't
kill
change.
yourself. Yeah.
Yo, Adrian.
But I loved him. My favorite role of his was Happy Gilmore.
Oh,
He was so funny in that.
Chubbs.
Yeah.
His comedy was so like that in Arrested Development. He was so good.
Yeah.
That and Bob Barker, that scene, his whole character arc, and then obviously the Bob Barker scene. Those are the most memorable parts of the movie.
He died recently too.
Yeah, he did.
Bob Barker.
Yeah, he was in our In Memoriam.
He was,
right.
yeah.
So yeah, that Carl Weathers had a resurgence with Happy Gilmore.
Was he like a pro sports player at all? I don't know.
He was a linebacker for the Raiders.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was like the real deal. Speaking of the real deal,
Yeah. And he actually hit up, who was it? There was a great interview where he was talking to,
Stallone.
yeah, I think it was Stallone.
Oh,
and he was
okay.
like, I want to actually like play in movies. He's like, all right, freaking come
Yeah,
on down.
that was like the day. Like, all right, come on in. Like Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
I want to be an actor. Okay,
Yeah, the government's not going to let me
I live down in the Baja.
And speaking of, they were both in Predator together.
That's right.
Jesse Ventura and Carl Weathers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Schwarzenegger.
that's when just big dudes were in like movies because they were really like big dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Now-
that's no easy feat to find those big dudes that can act a little bit.
Yeah,
Carl Weathers had a good screen presence. It could have easily gone the other way.
like the guy that was in Raising Arizona that plays the guy that's hunting down the baby.
oh, yeah.
That guy was crazy.
Yeah.
like that guy.
The big mustache.
the big
guy?
mustache
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, that guy is a big dude, but he's nuts.
Yeah. You don't get better than that cast.
No, but it must have been tough for the Coen brothers to like. It's hard to direct them sometimes, I guess.
Right. And after the Rocky movies, I think Carl Weathers had trouble transitioning to his own career
Yeah.
as a leading man because we have a clip here.
Oh yeah, he did Action Jackson.
Yeah, that's what our
Oh,
clip is
okay.
from.
All right.
Yeah, Action Jackson with Vanity.
It's ridiculous, but it's funny.
This is his big one-liner in it. Fun movie. But it didn't exactly.
He could deliver lines better than Stallone and Schwarzenegger, so I don't see why he. wouldn't.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Whoa.
Then
Wow.
which one?
Definitely better than Schwarzenegger.
He can't even speak English.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
You're
He
fired.
can't even speak English.
I'll be back.
All right, here we go.
Action Jackson. Starring Carl Weathers.
You looking for me? Barbecue, huh? How do you like your ribs?
Broken.
That's how they did it back then.
Yeah.
You just had to have that. What like in The Last Boy Scout, they kind of make fun of that when like Bruce Willis says to one of the Wayans brothers,
Damon.
Damon, he's like, when you hit a guy with a surfboard, you have to say, "Surf's up, pal."
Yeah.
Like you always have to have the one-liner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And unlike that clip, unfortunately, Carl Weathers' action career did not get set on fire.
They did Action Jackson 2 though, didn't they?
I don't think so.
Just one?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it has a lot of fans. It's a cult classic. But he did have a resurgence after Happy Gilmore, as I mentioned. I believe he was in The Mandalorian.
He was.
Yeah.
He was great in The
yeah, that's
Mandalorian.
right.
Yeah.
And if you can believe it, we have another clip of something.
Of Carl Weathers.
Yeah, he is in a Super Bowl 2024 ad.
Yes, that we'll talk about it. It needed to be retouched or something or redone.
Whatever the hell that means. But let's take a look at this ad. It's with Rob Gronkowski. Kick of Destiny. Fan.
That's me, Gronk. Last Super Bowl, I missed the FanDuel Kick of Destiny. It's no good he missed it. I don't kick, I catch. Because it wasn't enough for me to hold up a phone and say, now new customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets. So I'm going to the land of second chances, Vegas.
And this time you won't miss. Get in.
Well, why do they have to redo it?
I know. I hope by redo it, all they mean is they're going to write R.I.P. Carl Weathers.
Oh, okay.
Because if they're talking about retouching it like they did for the Twin Towers in Spider-Man,
Yeah.
then that's BS.
Right. Yeah, they said Weathers died Thursday in his sleep, and FanDuel has subsequently indicated that it planned to make adjustments to its commercial. Weathers had been acting as a coach in teasers for the project.
Yeah, it's odd.
Mm.
But it also brings more promotion, though, to the commercial because
Yeah.
everyone's going to be like, oh, I got to see the retouched commercial.
Yeah, the vice president of marketing consulted with Weathers' family, and they intend to make some changes on the commercial that will be appropriate
Okay.
And the family's been very supportive. Like, what could he possibly be doing in these commercials?
I don't know. Exactly.
Yeah, why? Is
Unless
it
it's like another Mr.
controversial?
Peanut thing where he like dies in one of the commercials from getting hit in the chest by Gronk's friggin' kick of destiny or something.
But even if you're the family, come on.
You know what? He famously, okay, this is another spoiler.
Uh-oh.
He famously died in Rocky 4.
Yep.
Maybe they did some sort of homage to that.
Oh.
I don't see a marketing firm will really cash in on that part of the movie. But it would be more of like the buddy aspect of it.
Oh, this is a quote from them. This is the VP of marketing for FanDuel said, "We had built a master. One is an edit if he makes the kick, and we have an edit if he misses the kick. That content we had in both of those masters would not be appropriate for us to do anymore."
Oh.
So he must do a Rocky 4 thing where he dies.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
And it would be too disturbing now.
Wow.
Why would they choose to do that and the risk of him dying?
Yeah.
Like, why would they ever make that risk?
Yeah. Hey, you were born in the 40s. Let's pretend you die in
This is only a
2024.
$3 million spot.
Yeah.
Or whatever they have to. What?
Minimum.
To be fair, though, in that commercial, he looks healthy.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he's on. You know how some people, they die and you see them and it looked like they were on death's door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just forgot to lie down.
Right.
Jeez.
Like Toby Keith. That's not sugarcoating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had both feet out the door in that interview.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Carl Weathers looked like he had a few years left.
Are you suspecting foul play?
I don't know.
No, I got Action Jackson.
No. I'm saying that they probably thought it was safe to do that homage.
Yeah.
How do you like your ribs?
How you like me now?
How do you like me now?
Well, R.I.P. Carl Weathers.
Yes.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Sorry, I led to your death.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's 2.
My forgetting the catchphrase. Yes.
Oh,
Jeez.
and you know how they say there's deaths come in threes?
Yeah.
yes, they do.
You sound skeptical.
I'm waiting to hear what you say.
Well, today, the former president of Chile,
Oh.
Sebastián Piñera, died in a helicopter accident.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Well, things happen down there sometimes. Like, whoops, you know.
Yeah, you mean my country, Mark?
No.
Nothing happens.
They're a
there.
lot more chill now from the Pinochet years.
Well, Ordinary Pete asked, who's the third? They die in 3s. And he asked that a few minutes ago. So
There's
we
your
go.
answer.
now we know.
Piñera. Google him. He was one of the
That
richest-
household American name.
Yeah.
He was a billionaire.
Wow.
Was he involved in like the right wing coup or something?
No.
in the late 70s.
No.
Okay, no.
That's long over
That's
with. Mark.
Allende that got assassinated.
You're not up to date on Chilean.
I know.
history.
How am I not
How
up to
dare
date
you.
on Chilean politics?
Apparently, he still thought they were in a dictatorship.
Yeah. Are they not?
No. But some of the remnants of what happened still stands today.
Right, with the old codgers.
Yeah, we're turning into like CNN Tonight here.
Yeah.
It's like
And-
new Dateline.
And let's remind our viewers that 9/11 actually happened first in Chile. That was the
That's
date
true.
of the coup.
Yes.
Oh.
And then wouldn't it be just like the United States? They caused the coup and then they stole 9/11.
Yep.
This is Michael Moore's taking over the
Yeah.
podcast.
Wait, you know how you said that Ernest Borgnine did the episode of SpongeBob SquarePants where he played a merman
Yeah.
to
Get away
cover-
from Ethel Merman.
Yeah, cover the fact that he was married to Ethel Merman in the
Yes.
past
Yeah.
because they had divorced.
So if you Googled it, you would notice that.
So the United States was so ashamed at their involvement in the Chilean coup on 9/11, 1973,
Mm-hmm.
that they caused the new 9/11 in 2001 so that when you Google it, it'll all go to the United States.
Wow.
Suck on that.
Flawless.
And their water's making the frogs gay.
COVID's an inside job.
Yeah. Alejandro
Okay.
Jones over here.
I know, yeah. Take the tinfoil hat off.
Ale Jones.
And then you got the reptile people and Hillary Clinton eating bacon. All right, what's the next topic?
All right. We got a little bit lighter of a story, but someone that Mark has in his profile picture right now. Alyssa Milano got in some trouble this week.
My old friend.
Yeah, she was my friend.
My old karaoke. That's what everyone says in LA. Yeah, we're friends.
Oh yeah, that's my friend.
Oh, we're friends.
Yeah,
we dated.
She got in trouble because she's a super rich and successful person that recently started a GoFundMe so she could send her son on a baseball trip.
But you say this like, oh, she's a multimillionaire. How do you? She hasn't worked in years. She's not a multimillionaire.
Of course, she's a multimillionaire.
From what? From fucking Who's the Boss?
From Charmed.
You think Charmed? She has enough money from the residuals.
That went like over 100 episodes, and it went into syndication. That's lucrative.
Yeah,
even
it's
for a
lucrative,
shitty show
but
like
it's
that.
fucking cable.
And she did a lot of softcore porn movies, straight to video.
Yeah.
Is that no?
Yeah.
Well, she did like a Vampire's Kiss movie or
Yeah,
something.
like
It was
Poison Ivy 4.
She did some bad movies in the 90s.
Yeah, she's got an estimated net worth of 10 million.
Wow.
Well, that's bullshit.com.
Yeah, didn't it say you were worth 10 million?
Yeah,
It said 2 and then went up to like 16.
you're off by 10 million.
Yeah. No, they're off by like 11.
You're off by. Did you
I'm in that much debt.
He's in the red.
Yeah. Did you say 16 million at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like negative 17 million.
Yeah. Kyle Plouffe net worth. Let's see here.
That picture
Oh,
of
it's
you.
1.6 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so insane. Someone could Google you and think you have that.
Yeah, this is my old website that they took a screenshot of.
Wow. No wonder we're not getting any funding.
1.6 million. Can I take this to my bank and ask for half that?
Yeah. That's legally binding.
The internet says it.
Print it out.
Wow.
Actor producer.
But yeah, I what happened is I went to, there was some Family Guy writers that I'm friends with. I went to a karaoke night in which she hung out with these people too. And I kind of sidled up to her and I said, I'm a big fan and could I get a picture? And I got this picture here and we hung out there all night and she tagged me in a tweet and that was it.
And then she had a kid 9 months later.
It was kind of weird hanging out with her, but she was kind of approachable in a weird way. She's like, she's very nice.
I'm surprised she wasn't like, get away from me, male pig.
Yeah, because she'd be right. No.
That's what I would say.
No, but what's going on now, though, is she has a beef with Shannen Doherty, who also has cancer right now and might be on death's door very soon.
Yeah.
She might be the fourth.
Hey, all right, let's not.
I also hope not, of
let's
course.
not put it out there.
Yeah.
By the way,
Please.
your picture isn't showing with Alyssa.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah, add it to the studio, please.
Gone.
We need people to see this.
Yeah.
Wait, I
That's all right. We'll get there.
thought it was there.
So that was a karaoke night. What did she sing?
I don't remember what she's saying.
She's probably saying,
Courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
no, she sang,
I'm backstage, so if you could let me in.
oh, I'll
please.
let you in. I'll let you
Yeah,
in.
this guy, what was this great joke?
Mark is so talented. He's been working from backstage.
It
Yeah.
says device not connected.
What the fuck is going? We're having a lot of technical difficulties tonight. Hold
Kick
on,
it.
let me get it right now. Okay, allow enter studio.
I think she sang How Soon Is Now by the Smiths.
Because that was
The
the.
Charm theme song.
Yeah.
I am human.
But it's a weird cover of it. It's not Morrissey.
It's not?
No.
I thought it was them.
No.
Oh. Oh.
It's a generic cover.
Ah.
It's still fun.
Which one are you talking about?
The Charmed theme song. It's a cover of. the
Oh, is that?
Smiths.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's,
when you get your picture set, let me know.
Well, actually, we have a clip in the meantime.
Yeah. I'm going to read this first.
Yeah. Okay.
Alyssa Milano responded to criticism after posting a fundraiser for her son's baseball team. On January 25th, the Charm actress, 51, first shared a post on X, formerly known as Twitter.
How many times are people going to say that now?
Yeah. Asking for fans to help raise money for her son, Milo Thomas's baseball team's group trip to New York from California.
So we're supposed to fund her kid's sports trip.
Yes.
That's a hard no
Yeah.
for me.
And $10,000. Like,
Give
you're
me-
telling me Alyssa Milano, first of all, can't do that by herself, but with the other parents that are probably, have kids in this school or whatever team they have, don't have money, I don't see that being the case.
I wouldn't even donate a Milano cookie to that cause.
Hello.
Nice.
She said every parent raises money for their child's sports teams, and many of them do so through GoFundMe. I am no different. She is so fucking
I
tone
don't
deaf.
know anybody that has done a GoFundMe for their kids'
Yeah, no.
little league team or whatever.
No. She said, as much as I'd love to pay for the entire team and their families for travel, transportation, hotel, food and beverage, uniforms, trading pins, and all the things, she's listing all the shit that comes with a team anyway and making it seem like it's too much. Trading pins and all the things teams do for this kind of trip. I cannot afford to do so. Maybe someday.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. What's her like? Her what's her net worth? Like what is her?
What's at 10 million? But
It did say
we don't
10
know
million?
if
Yeah.
that's accurate because Kyle's was wildly inaccurate.
Yeah.
I think she kind of has a bum husband that doesn't have a job. I'm serious. And like,
What did he give you the stink eye at karaoke?
I'm trying to back her up as best I can here. You know?
First he said she was nice, and then now she's got a bum husband.
Hey, you know, this is not directed at her in any way. I think he's a great person.
Oh, well, let's not go that far.
Hey, Kyle, this isn't working. Can you bring it up on the thing I sent you, the picture?
No. It would have to be you.
Okay.
That's all good though.
Yeah, we will imagine what the picture looks like.
Oh, yeah, I can just I can show the picture.
Yeah,
I thought you could show things on your laptop. Then.
So Mark is here, even though his avatar is not represented.
I'm clicking edit avatar, add in the picture, done, and it does nothing.
Didn't you already have it added in though at one point?
I did.
Oh,
yeah, and then he took off.
Okay,
it's not good.
That's all right.
Well, it's not my fault. It's this shitty.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird night.
It's a goddamn economy. Yeah. So someone said, I hope your mother, who has a net worth of $10 million, donated to the shelter. Talking about a dog shelter, abandoned dogs. Also, knowing she has this money, she should not be asking middle income people from society to donate to a baseball
How
team.
does she know they're middle income?
Well, she's asking the country for $10,000.
I'm sure there's some middle income people out there.
Yeah.
Well, that's
the middle class is
assumption.
dead, so there's no.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Reagan already gutted this country.
Yeah, middle income is now 1%.
Yeah. And they said it's beyond ridiculous and selfish of her. Talk to your mom. And this kid goes, you do realize I'm only 12 and I love my mom. My mom is the greatest human of all time. She does everything for everyone except pay for her son's baseball trip.
Well, everyone's a hustler out there, you know,
And
everyone's trying to get their money.
To be clear, that's 10 grand just for her kids' portion.
Yeah.
What?
Well, no, that's for, I don't know.
Okay, well,
someone is
not
on the
adding up.
take here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she goes, also, if I did pay for everyone, my trolls would find something else to be hurtful about.
No.
So she's saying I can't afford it, but if I did do it anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well, her like Hillary stuff kind of got under people's skin. You know, like the I'm
was a
with
big-
her, all that stuff.
Yeah,
She's
right.
Very politically active.
Well, she's a big victim.
Mm-hmm.
And
meanwhile,
turns out that she is actually an aggressor.
Oh, Kyle is not giving.
Getting Shannen
This is
Doherty
like
kicked
Anne
off.
Heche again.
Rose McGowan, who was a victim of Harvey Weinstein's and on Charmed, and had a front row seat to all the drama, she's on Shannen Doherty's side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though Alyssa Milano was trying to be a victim, it backfired.
I saw that. Yeah, and I like Shannen Doherty. I thought she was great on 90210, and she was great in Heathers. Was a great movie in the '80s, and she was great in Mallrats. I think that's one of my favorite movies she was in. Very under the radar movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah, she's great.
Yeah, and she said that Alyssa Milano went to Aaron Spelling and said, "Get rid of Shannen Doherty," and it's confirmed by the other girls.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yep, that's the story.
Maybe I was I was charmed, some would say, by this actress when I saw her out doing karaoke one night.
You are human.
That does happen when people meet celebrities.
Yeah.
They forget all the flaws and start to swoon.
Yeah, and I swooned.
You swooned big time.
Yeah.
Let's see.
My friend said she had a very big arm in the picture I was with her.
Well, I wish we could see this picture.
Big Arms Milano.
Yeah, I guess we're just we can't do the picture.
I'll put it up in a second. I'm trying to find the GoFundMe to see if she actually got the 10K.
Oh,
Or-
Because it'll show you if you got to that limit of 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people put some GoFundMe's are like, I need a new liver, and some are like, can I have $20 for rent?
well, yeah. People were annoyed when Zach Braff did a whole GoFundMe.
That was the next one I was going to bring up.
for his sequel to Garden State.
Yes. Well,
Because people were like, okay, you're a famous movie star / director. You fund it. You
Yeah.
can go find funding easily.
well,
They got $15,000.
Who did? Milano?
Alyssa Milano did.
Oh, I was gonna say Zach Braff asked for a lot more than that.
Yeah, no,
They got 15. They got 5,000.
got more than what they wanted.
Oh, come on! We should start a GoFundMe.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah. Sheila Booth did the same thing. He started like submitting to all these festivals, and he did, I think, a GoFundMe for one of his movies, The Peanut Butter Express or something.
God.
Also, I saw him in a Kenko's printing out his script
Jeez.
one day, and I want
Peanut butter to put over his balls, probably.
Yeah.
I guess I heard Zach Braff explain it like, well, I'm not. Oh no, you know who else did it is Adam Carolla.
For what?
For one of his-
for his teeth?
One of his movies.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
God.
He made a bunch of these movies.
Are you tired of a woke? I can't even do an impression.
And then he was like, well, Seth Rogen can go get funding for whatever movie, and I can't.
well, they make these movies that like, oh yeah, the woke Hollywood doesn't want to make these. It also can be true that your movie sucks.
Yeah.
Or Rob Schneider. His sitcom was too hot for
Like that-
prime time.
Like that Gina Carano in the news today. Also, she's
suing.
Disney. Suing Disney because she's like, oh, they fired me from The Mandalorian, also in The Mandalorian.
Mhm.
And then she made her own movie with the Daily Wire, fully funded, and it made like $10,000. Like it was a piece of garbage.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, give these people all the, you need Hollywood people to make a good movie sometimes. Sorry.
Yeah, but I just still wonder why people would donate to Zach Braff.
Yeah, who the fuck needs another movie?
And that
with guy?
movie, it wasn't the worst thing I'd ever seen. But
What, Garden State?
no, the sequel.
Oh,
He
yeah.
thought that everyone was clamoring for
everyone
a follow-up.
needed, everyone needed this.
Turns out nobody cared.
Yeah, with the 5,000 people that cared, I've been waiting for.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm looking up this team that she wants her son, to travel with. And
What if there's no team? It's just
I would
It looks like a fake website.
it makes more sense to me now.
Do you
This
pull
team
it up.
this team says they do not hold tryouts.
Wait, what?
Everybody can make it, man.
Oh, everyone gets a trophy?
Yeah, because tryouts and cutting people is violence.
Yeah.
So we need to
What?
get rid of violence towards our children, and they need to play even if they suck.
But
If that's violence, then what do they consider the ball?
Yeah.
wait, so why are they traveling around to do this anti-violence baseball?
Yeah, if they suck, then why are they even doing travel baseball?
Why are they doing a carbon footprint?
For real?
What a joke.
Why are they? Yeah, why are they?
And who
emitting
donated to this?
Suckers?
We got names here.
Yeah, let's go get it.
Let's find. Name one person.
We have $1,000 donation by Kelly Call.
Kelly, call me. I want to know why you did that.
Yeah, this is Russia submitting to this, so this is like how they divide America.
I mean,
Yeah.
of all the things to waste your money on.
I don't see any. Oh, Mark Ruffalo gave $200 and put his name on it.
I wonder how he came to that figure. How he came to that amount of money?
It was
$200.
probably an accident. He's Googling her. Suddenly, he's the main patron.
Honey, by mistake, I gave $200 to Alyssa
He
Milano.
gets paid
His wife
for it.
beats him. His wife beats the shit out of him.
Well, I see that in her Twitter feed. She like reposts a lot of stuff that he says. So it's like, oh, thanks.
Oh,
for the
Mark
retweet. There's
Ruffalo.
$200. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she's a fan. He noticed, and
So they kiss each other's ass online.
I
right.
guess so, because they're both super political.
They are. He is
oh,
too.
right,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I kind of like him. I like giving him a hard time. He's kind of an idiot. Looks like.
Oh boy.
He was good in that Poor Things movie. I'll give him that.
I didn't see that yet,
Oh, I recommend.
but I heard it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give it $200.
Holly Grimgimp said, with everything going on in the world, I can't think of a greater cause to donate to than what I assume to be rich kids baseball team travel fund.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a good point.
Hey, Mark Ruffalo gave $200, so it must be important.
Yeah, he looks smart.
But then again, he's rich.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
So maybe-
$200 to him is literally worth like less than a cent.
Yeah,
Like,
he's up on his perch somewhere with all this Marvel cash.
Wow.
yeah,
That's fascinating.
crazy.
Yeah.
Should we do that Entertainment Tonight clip?
Yeah, let's check it out.
So this clip, it does a nice job of just showing the back and forth between Shannen Doherty and Alyssa Milano.
Like
Yeah.
throughout
And-
the years, throughout this whole saga.
Now,
it's a
yeah.
recent interview.
And
with
what
her.
is the girl's name again? The third
No
one?
one knows that
Rose
girl's name
McGowan.
ever.
No, the third one. Like Holly Golightly or something.
Rose McGowan was a replacement for
anything
Sharon
but
Doherty.
lightly?
I don't have the internet right
Yeah.
now.
Do it hardly.
No, because she's important to this. Her name.
No one remembers
Mark-
her name. I know when
She's
she's
Google Charmed. She's one of the main stars.
Yeah.
I knew it, and then it lost me. Something.
Holly Marie Combs?
Yeah, Holly Marie Combs. So she backs
no relation
Shannen.
to Sean Combs
No, or Ray Combs.
or Ray Combs.
Or hair combs.
Ah,
So she is on Rose McGowan's and Shannen Doherty's side and backs up the stories.
Wow.
And so the clips from this Entertainment Tonight thing, yeah, right there.
She looks different.
It comes from a panel the three of them did together, and of course, Alyssa Milano felt left out.
Well, good.
yeah.
So here's the back and forth.
And a lot of them very hurtful.
I mean, I feel like I should just address the elephant in the room.
You can't stay mad at me forever.
I think back to that time. It was hard for me. It was hard for me.
I think I cried every single night of season 2.
And it is only through my battle with cancer that I decided to address this trauma and be open and honest about it.
I wish Holly, Shannen, and Rose peace and light in their personal and professional journeys. We all have bigger demons to fight.
Like how my son's going to get on a plane to go play baseball
Like
Yeah.
it's 15 grand.
with a team that doesn't even do tryouts.
Yeah. Why? What are they traveling? Who are they traveling to play?
You know, we still have work to do on this story
Yeah.
to get to the bottom of that
Yeah.
baseball team.
Well, we're gonna go to each individual house of everyone who donated.
The Yaya Sisterhood of the Traveling Bench Players.
Oh,
Gonna
nice.
Wait, gloves are off now.
Jeez, Kyle's going ham on this.
Yeah.
Getting into it.
God.
We've activated Kyle.
Let me at her.
And so, in case it got lost in all the craziness, the gist is that Alyssa Milano demanded that Shannen Doherty be fired, and they listened to her.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think she demonstrated maybe there was a history of Shannen Doherty having problems on set. She 90210, she was kind of trouble there, and Aaron Spelling must have thought the same thing. Like, yeah, she's a
Oh,
handful,
yeah.
but she's worth it.
well, it was easy to blame her then because she had that history, but with Charmed,
And
it
then
wasn't the case.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen came in and replaced her on 90210. Remember that?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I was not a.
I watched it live.
I know you. You're a fan.
I was a fan.
Was?
I haven't watched it since 19.
Yeah, but just because you haven't seen, I'm a Saved by the Bell
okay,
fan.
I'll say I'm still a fan.
I don't watch it every day.
Yeah. Well, that was a kooky show because they were in the Midwest and then all of a sudden they're in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, the pilot shot into a different. Yeah.
yeah. They never explained it. Hey,
No.
we're in Los Angeles now.
Yeah.
Bayside suddenly.
I like that shows did that. They're like, fuck you, audience.
Fuck it. We're going live.
We're going to Los Angeles. Fuck it.
Yeah. And now we're going to Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Oh, what happened in Pennsylvania?
A federal government employee was beheaded by his own son,
Whoops.
Ouch.
who posted the video on YouTube.
That's got to hurt.
Anybody that's watching right now, did you guys see that video? It is
You were talking
Oh,
about
we
it.
have a.
grisly.
Yeah, we have it without the sound. Some of it.
What?
Yeah, that's the last clip there in the folder.
Wait, so you have a clip? Is it going to show the?
No, believe I wouldn't do this to our audience. It's totally safe
Okay.
because this is from a newscast.
Okay.
Please, but you got to see this.
Not
though.
safe for work.
You got to have the context.
Yeah.
Imagine your boss comes up, you're watching a beheading video. So what's going on the screen there?
So you haven't been very productive today. Oh my god!
I got, come and call 911. The boss just starts running.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen this news clip. This is his neighbors talking about their interactions with this young man, Justin
neighbor.
Mohn.
Ooh.
They pronounce it Mohn.
Mohn. M-O-H-N.
What's up, my mom?
But the dad probably moaned.
Big ups, man.
Big ups, man.
You lost your head, man.
Our Marley movie's coming out this month.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is,
Maybe he did it for that.
Chet Hanks playing him?
Yeah. Big up.
Yeah, with one of those hats you find at the at the gift shop
Yeah,
with
the fake dreads.
Yeah,
My father was in Philadelphia, man.
Gustav just said, would have thought this happened in Florida. Yeah.
It
I
sounds
mean,
very Florida.
It does. But yeah, this is absolutely insane. Let's see
Any
what they
bath
said.
salts involved, I wonder?
Just good old schizophrenia, I think.
Just
The
regular.
video, and I was like, oh my God, that's the guy that, I see every day, that I knew something was unhinged with him.
Now, police have arrested 33-year-old Justin Mohn. You see him there. After they found his father's body in the home they shared, along with a machete and large kitchen knife. Police say in that YouTube video, Mohn showed off his father's severed head. At one point, the head could be seen cooking in a pot.
Okay.
Mohn could also be heard going off about right-wing conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
My
What-
God.
Was he complaining about the conspiracies that they weren't like, that
No,
didn't make
he was
sense?
he was like, we need to take up arms against the U.S. government and kill federal employees. He goes, it's 3 seconds into the video, so he's sitting there and he's like setting up, because this was on YouTube for like almost a full 24 hours.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, cool. This guy's live streaming.
Yeah, this kid-
Let's see what he has to say.
Yeah, and 3 seconds in, he just holds up his dad's head and it's wrapped in saran wrap.
Okay.
And there's like fucking nerve endings hanging out the bottom.
Oh, geez.
And it looks like a can of ragu exploded inside.
Did you ever see
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder where the guy, his head blows off and Ben Stiller's like putting his tongue in it and stuff? Like, this is fake, man.
Yeah.
It looked fake, but it's real.
Yeah. So I thought it might have been fake because there were people on Twitter like posting pictures of mannequin heads that
Yeah.
like you can buy online that kind of looked like what his dad's head looked like. But it actually came out that his mother came home and found the body decapitated and called the police.
Don't you hate that?
And they ended up, don't you? I hate it. They caught him 100 miles away from home, like running away.
Oh,
So
He's just running.
well, he's
like
driving
Forrest,
away.
Now he's Forrest Gump. I ran after I cut my dad's head off.
I started running. Yeah, he
cop-
runs through Alabama's fucking football field
Yeah.
with the head.
He runs,
Running on empty.
he runs through Alyssa Milano's son's baseball
Yeah.
game. I guess when the police first entered the scene, one of the cops was like, my God, man.
Nice.
Nice.
Big ups, man. Yeah, so he actually bought a gun the day before the killing his dad. He shot his dad before abusing his corpse, the DA says.
Jeez.
They actually had a press conference where they went into like grisly detail at like 1 p.m. with the DA, and she was like smiling as she was talking about it.
Ugh.
It was really weird.
Yeah, Pennsylvania's fucked.
Yeah.
Like a Keith Morrison type woman who gets off on the crime.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
That's what he does. He says, "You came home and your dad was shot in the face. That must have been wild."
That's when we found the dead body. Were you around? Ooh.
And then where did you bury the other part?
Yeah.
Matthew Perry's father-in-law.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll never get over that.
Crazy.
And the way he holds the head, you know how a cat will catch a chipmunk outside
Yeah.
and then bring it to the door like they're proud?
Okay.
Well, that's how he was holding the head.
Yeah.
He was so excited by this, and he said, "My dad is in hell now."
Well, this, you
Yeah.
know the problem. I think we talked about this before. There's no insane asylums anymore.
I
This
wish
is
there were.
that we need them.
Yeah.
Like we need big industrial insane asylums, like large ones.
Dr. Phil is not going to cure this guy.
No, he doesn't cure anyone. He makes people worse. He just exploits everyone on his stupid
Yeah.
show.
And apparently this guy killed his dad because he was a federal employee.
I heard Dr. Phil doesn't even look at people in the eye when on set. My friend was a PA for Dr. Phil. You're not allowed to look him in the eye. and he treats people like garbage.
That's how Ellen was too. And when I did Steve Harvey, he never like
These
talked
people
to
think
any
they're
of us or anything.
superstars. They're daytime television losers.
I also heard that about Byron Allen.
Oh, is this a good segue here?
Fucking guy.
Should we segue?
Yeah.
Kyle's former boss.
Yeah. Do we have anything more to say about Justin Mohn?
Big up, Mon. We're gonna hear more about it, but it seems pretty open and shut on that case. He really just wanted to start an effort to mobilize the National Guard to raise arms against the federal government, and he wanted people to kill IRS workers and stuff too, which I'm actually kind of for.
What do you
Oh
care?
my God.
Who wants to pay 33% in taxes?
We already said you're in the red. You don't owe any taxes, bro.
Yeah, even if you thought that, don't say
I know
it.
your tax bracket is negative.
Yeah,
listen.
Now they're gonna target you.
Yeah. I don't want to be on board with this.
Kyle said it.
Yeah.
Take up arms against the IRS. I said it. You heard it here first.
Don't audit me.
No.
I'm a very delicate house.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle's the one that is
Don't
hiding.
throw stones when you're in a glass house.
Yeah, he's the one hiding 16 million. Remember?
Yeah, that's true.
That's right. Yeah, once I looked that up.
Don't be coming for me.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a penny of that for this podcast.
no.
What if he's sucking all the money out of this podcast?
Yeah.
Right. We didn't realize it was being really profitable.
Yeah, it's actually $100 million.
We're like MC Hammer and he's like our entourage.
The last thing about Justin Mohn I want to say is that it reminds me of another significant social media grisly death, which is Ronnie McNutt.
Oh, yeah.
He blew his head off with a shotgun on Facebook Live.
And they kept it on Facebook Live for like 3 days. And his
Yeah.
parents and, his family was like begging them to take it down. And Zuckerberg was like, it's not going against our terms of service.
Yeah, he's an animal too. He had to apologize to all those parents the other day.
Oh,
I saw that.
Live on television. Yeah,
That was
he got
crazy.
embarrassed. He probably went right back to that bunker in Hawaii after that and cried his fucking eyes out.
Yeah, that was a crazy clip. He was getting yelled at.
Oh, he was getting fucking screwed.
Yeah. Like he was a little kid
I'm
on timeout.
surprised he showed up.
I know. That was a reaming.
Yeah.
And then he turned around to apologize
Because
to everyone.
I'm so sorry.
And if they had tomatoes, that audience would have thrown him when he turned around.
Yeah. They would have tarred and feathered him.
Boo that man.
Yeah.
Because he did that kind of apology where it's like unscripted.
Yeah.
He turns on, I'm sorry for what you had to go through. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm sure you are.
Yeah, big time.
But anyway, so Ronnie McNutt, that went out live, his suicide.
Yeah.
I can't say that word. His sewer slide.
Yeah. There you
And then this guy, less disturbing because you don't actually see the death, but still pretty disturbing.
Yeah.
So whenever this happens, that's the culture we live in, We can go live real easily. Anyone can. And once in a while you see these kind of grisly details.
Yeah. Imagine if he had technical difficulties like we had. And he's like, hold on, Dad, hold on a second. Something big's about to happen.
Or he spoils it. He holds the head up too early.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, I gotta
he's trying to light it perfectly.
Yeah.
The chat's like, hey, we see the head in the corner.
Yeah.
You should hide.
Goddamn, man.
What else we got?
We got like you said, how do we go to the Byron Allen lawsuit?
Because I said, what happens when you look Byron Allen in the eyes? No, I don't know. I said he had a similar policy like Ellen, where you can't look him in the eye.
Yeah. But did he have something? Because Kyle, you were a former employee of Byron Allen.
He's just a sadist, and he likes to have power over people and like embarrass them in front of people. He's a fucking dick.
What did he do to you?
So you liked the experience?
What did he throw baloney at your ass?
I wrote for one of his shows.
Did he pinch your ass?
Yeah.
Did he put mustard on your privates?
Yeah. That would have been a good day.
Did he snap your underwear?
Yeah.
It's like the Howard Stern show, but you're like the girls.
Yeah, Kyle walks in the room. Byron goes all Howard Stern on him. Like,
Yeah.
damn, you got a nice body.
Yeah, Ralphie's got a laser pointer on you.
Ralphie's like, you got some titties.
Yeah. I give you a 5.
Even though he looks like a fucking troll.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, you worked for him.
He's big on suing people. He threatened to sue Obama. He sued Comcast
Obama
for $20 million.
So he goes after the big boys.
Yeah, he tries to get his name in the news for
He's like a
suing
Trump.
giant corporate people.
He's like a Trump kind of like
He's a wannabe Trump.
yeah, because Trump will just sue anyone. He doesn't
Yeah.
care. He's very litigious, but like this guy Byron Allen too.
If I'm not mistaken, is he not worth $1 billion?
He is not.
No, it's
He
like,
wants people to think
he does
that.
the Trump thing where like he says my couch is worth $2 million.
He does not have $1 billion. He
It's
has
like-
friends that have a lot of
Okay,
money.
but does he have 500 million?
No.
If you
Wow.
put it under scrutiny, like it really falls apart very quickly.
Yeah.
And then he did that weird thing, like when he bought that movie Chappaquiddick, but then it seems like he made it by the way he talks about it.
So I know exactly how all that happened. He would brag about being friends with the Weinsteins, and his original deals were getting their B movies that were never going to see the theaters. They were already shot, already done, but they, for whatever reason, studios always have like a trough of movies that are made already that they won't put out.
Like if he was able to get his hands on Batwoman or Batgirl.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't tried to do that, to be honest. He did it with Chappaquiddick. He did it with 47
meters down.
47 meters down, yeah.
So he's like a bottom feeder.
So he will buy the movie for like $2.5 million. He'll market it himself, put his own entertainment studios at the beginning of the trailer, and act like he made the movie, even though he just bought a bottom of the barrel movie. And he puts it in areas where they're targeted towards certain communities and hope to make a shit ton of money on that.
Okay, but say what you will, that's not a bad business strategy.
It's not, but he's taken a bath on most of them.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Except for 47 meters under or
Yeah, I
below.
can't
whatever.
imagine anyone was excited about Chappaquiddick.
Yeah.
It sounds like it would be a great idea,
Well,
but that looked terrible.
Well, the reason why it wasn't bad.
Really?
The reason why.
Wait, whoa, back up.
What?
It wasn't bad.
I refused to watch it.
It was
good?
fine. It it took me a while to kind of get to watch it because I'm like, all right, I get it. I've heard about this story so many times. The Ted Kennedy, killing Mary Jo Scapicchio in Martha's Vineyard, but it's just like a decent dramatization of what happened. It's just
Okay, so
not
Mark
something I
liked it.
cared about.
Yeah.
Mark's a fan.
I wanted to bring up the fact that the reason why he's in the news recently is because he put in a big bid to buy Paramount, to buy a fucking studio.
For $14 billion. He does not have
He
that.
doesn't have this
He
money.
just wants his name in the news
Yes.
to make people think he has that money.
It's for the news article. It's for the breaking
Yes.
news.
Okay.
He bought the Weather Channel and gave them like $300 million, but he didn't actually get the channel on TV. Oh no, he only got the channel on TV. He didn't get the app or anything.
Yeah.
So it's literally he has like a useless channel that nobody even watches.
No, yeah, because
that was embarrassing. And they tried to put Sam Champion in at one point
Uh-huh.
and have a morning show on the Weather Channel.
Oh yeah.
And it lasted a week or something.
Yeah.
Because
Because
it turns out nobody watches the Weather Channel.
Well,
Why would they watch it for a morning show?
you
I
have
know.
to negotiate to get
Exactly.
it actually aired in networks. I don't think the Weather Channel it's really not in a lot of cable bundles anymore.
No.
Yeah, because no one cares about it.
Yeah.
And then they have that a la carte bundling now, and no one would ever in their right mind choose the Weather Channel.
Yeah, it's a
One
quick
of their-
Google story. Like-
Exactly.
Yeah, so he lost his lawsuit against Comcast because he said it was discrimination because he wanted his channel put in the packages or whatever, and
Yeah,
Comcast
yeah.
was like, "No, your channel sucks."
Yeah.
And so he's like, "You're only saying that because I'm black." So he sued them for 20 million or 20 billion or something. Ended up losing that. That's when I was working for him, and yeah, he just weird business deal.
I like how 20 million or 20 billion doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not going to win either of them.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, based on Byron Allen's strategy, why don't we put in a bid for Paramount?
I know. We might Death and Entertainment. Yeah, put in a bid.
We have as much money as he does,
Yeah.
apparently.
Oh, it's 10 billion, and Deadline is saying they settled, but I think they settled for a handshake and a fucking
They gave him one
cock
of
slap.
They gave him one of their bottom feeder movies.
Yeah,
Because when I read Variety, I'm like, this is the guy that does the late night bad stand up comedian show.
Yeah,
No
Comics
offense.
Unleashed.
Yeah.
And that was one of the best days of my life. I was living next to Hollywood Park Casino
Wow.
in
Well,
the South Bay.
brag, yeah.
Yeah.
And I went to go play poker one day, and the guy at the table next to me was playing poker, and I was like, I know that guy.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fucking, as soon as a seat opens up at that table, I'm sitting there.
You're like, Byron, nice to see you.
Yeah, hey Byron, what's going on? It was Norm Macdonald.
Whoa!
I mean, he's told this story on the podcast before, but
I don't know if I've told it on the pod.
It's always good.
Yeah,
I think you might have.
You have.
I played poker with him for like 12 hours that day, and at the very end, I was leaving, and he was like, I was just like, oh, thank you for making fun of my boss, and he's like, oh, who's your boss? And I was like, Byron Allen, and he's like, oh. Because if anybody doesn't know, he went on TV and said that he's like, Comics Unleashed. He's like, I've never felt more leashed in my life.
Yeah.
And so I was like, thanks for making fun of Byron. And he was just like, oh, that guy's a genius. And I was like, is he though? And Norm just goes, nah.
But Norm is smart, like, because he's like half out of it half the time, or when he was alive. And he just doesn't know. He was trying to feel you out to see, like, you're okay with talking shit about your own boss.
Yeah,
or I
which
think he was probably just fucking with people everywhere.
Yeah,
like he was fucking with you.
Yeah. So apparently, this McDonald's thing, I didn't even know about this until
not Norm Macdonald, the actual
today. Oh yeah,
yeah. Maybe he thought he was suing Norm Macdonald.
I heard what you said about my show.
I heard you were at the casino near where Kyle lives.
I like how Kyle thought I was serious. I'm like, oh, we're talking about McDonald's.
I thought I said something wrong.
You panicked.
I was like, oh yeah, for sure.
Kyle's out of it.
A judge has dismissed the $100 million lawsuit that Byron Allen's media group filed last year in California state court against McDonald's.
And then Byron said, you're out of order. I'm out of order. He's trying to make a scene.
Yeah. Allen's lawsuit filed last May in Los Angeles Superior Court asserted that the fast food giant had reneged on its promise to spend more of its annual advertising budget with Black-owned media outlets. See, this is what he does all the time. Says he's discriminated against, but it's because your shows suck.
Yeah, he's trying to sue his way into money.
$1 billion.
Oh, yeah, like into being a good businessman. It doesn't really work like that.
Yeah, that Comics Unleashed, it was robotic. And you would see real people on it, like Norm Macdonald.
You know who he is on like a bigger scale? He's Stephen Hofstetter. He's that guy.
Yes.
And that guy had his own show, Laughs, on a lot of small like local syndicates.
Yeah.
Who?
Steve Hofstetter.
He's like the king of the bringer show. Like he is an international bringer comedian. I guess you'd call it.
We had the same agent, and he was like, he told the agent to send out an email to everyone being like, hey, come and do my Laughing Devil Comedy Festival in New York City.
Yeah.
And I hit him up and I was like, oh yeah, I got the email, and he's like, all right, cool, send me $50. I was like, what? I was like, we have the same agent. You said to fucking have comics that are on the roster to just get in.
Yeah, he's a bottom feeder too. He's a street urchin.
So I gave him $50, and then he put me on the open mic competition, which was 90 seconds. So I had to go all the way to New York City from Boston to do 90 seconds of material.
He did the competition here in LA, and like everyone online just destroyed him. Like, this guy's a piece of shit. This guy sucks.
That pay to play stuff.
That's what it is.
Evil.
It's brutal.
In the improv and stand up world.
And he put together these festivals. Like there was another one in Arizona. It like you're just paying money. There's no real festival. It's a scam.
Yes.
He's a scam artist.
Wow.
I saw him one time at an audition wearing some weird vest. I'm like, oh, he just goes to like shitty auditions too. Like it's weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah, there's a lot of scam artists in this business.
And some of them are successful.
Yeah. This is hilarious too, because you would only know this if you worked for Byron. So he's always like, I'm Black-owned business. Like, we got to support Black people, blah, blah, blah. He does not have any Black people working for him. It's all white people everywhere in the building.
Wow.
Except for 2 out of like 50 people.
I'm going to investigate. I'm going to go.
Yeah. He's full of shit.
Them fighting words.
Jeez.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't like this race baiting crap that he always tries to pull and, tries to get money out of.
Yeah.
Am I right, guys?
Hey,
Cal's going off.
I didn't think Comics Unleashed was very good.
Yeah.
I don't want the guy to.
Yeah. I'm not losing sleep over it.
Now I'm unleashed.
Yeah, Kyle. Jesus Christ.
Okay, what next?
We have updates in Indiana.
Oh, Delphi.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did we leave off? We've done now 2 podcast episodes about it.
Yeah.
And in the last one, there was a new guy involved who had a bit of a kind of blasé attitude about the whole thing.
Who was blasé?
Like the guy was making jokes on social media that he was a new suspect because of
that was old though.
Odin stuff.
Yeah, the Odinist stuff.
That's old, but that's what our last podcast was about.
Yeah, but that stuff happened when the murder happened. So like he was posting art similar to how the girls were killed when nobody knew anything about how they died.
Yeah.
And he's an Odinist, which is, I guess, a Norse religion that a lot of people in Delphi and the surrounding areas, they pray to the Norse Viking gods and Odin specifically, who is the father of Thor. And
also remember one of the bands featured in Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, The Metal Years.
Sure. They ended up taking the case to the Supreme Court because Richard Allen, who is the suspected killer,
looks like Sal Governale from Howard Stern.
Sure. He had his lawyers taken away by the judge because one of the law offices of one of the lawyers had an employee that stole crime scene photos and leaked them online. And the judge was just like, you are not responsible. You're off the case. So then they brought in a new lawyer that was a public defender, and he ended up going to the prison that Richard Allen is housed in currently. And he went in and saw that multiple prison guards that were there had the Norse Viking tattoos on their face, on their arms. They had patches put on their actual,
arms.
Yeah. Well,
biceps.
Correctional officer uniforms.
Oh, uniform.
Yeah. So he
felt like I was playing charades.
He is not. Yeah. Too. He obviously was a public defender, went in for Richard Allen, and they have to have a healthy level of skepticism for themselves to be able to represent you correctly. They have to know the real story, if you actually killed these people or not, so they can give you a good defense around it. He said that he definitely believes that Richard Allen is really innocent. He came out and did an interview recently. I'm going to bring up that interview.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So in the interview, does he elaborate who he thinks is guilty?
Yeah, he thinks that it was the Odinist.
Yeah, that guy that was posting on social media.
Yeah.
What's his name again?
I don't know. There's a bunch.
Okay, the one that we thought looked like. Who did we think he looked like?
There's 4 of them that are named.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh yeah.
Is it that guy? Why are you acting like we didn't do an entire podcast?
I don't remember the joke from that specific podcast.
It's not a joke. Google the guy. He looks like Bobcat Goldthwait. Can we Google him?
What, Richard Allen?
No, the other guy.
There's so many people in this case that look like so many other people.
The guy that was posting on social media the Odinist stuff. That no one would know how they were positioned, and he was posting on social media.
Yeah, there's 4 of them. Those
Give
are
me
all
the
like
name.
prison
I'll
guards.
remember his name.
I don't know the name.
Okay,
of the guys.
forget it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
His
go back
banter.
and listen to our episode and make you listen to it again.
Good.
At least someone will.
Yeah.
We're shining a spotlight on the latest developments in the Delphi murder case, focusing on the defense attorneys, as prosecutors want to get Richard Allen's defense attorneys held in contempt. These prosecutors say that Allen's newly reappointed attorneys, Brad Rosie and Andrew Baldwin, have violated the court's gag order and were grossly negligent for being at fault for crime scene photos being leaked to the public, which the state says has caused irreparable harm to the victims' families. In their motion, prosecutors allege the press release and the 2 occasions of leaked information show a trend by defense counsel of not being completely honest with the court, violating the court's gag order set in place to protect the integrity of the case, and failing to comply with the protective order put in place to protect the discovery in this case. Well, now we're hearing from one of Richard Allen's former attorneys in a Court TV exclusive interview. Public defender William Labredo stepped down as counsel earlier this month after the state Supreme Court decision, and he's therefore no longer bound by the gag order. Court TV documentary producer Barbara McDonald was the only person that he spoke to, and she is on the couch with me this morning. A wonderful journalist you are, and really, I like to say you are our in-house expert on the Delphi cases. This is something you have researched, written about, done interviews on for many, many years. So this is really quite a feather in your cap that he's talking exclusively to you, Barbara. Tell us what was the most stunning thing to you that he shared, please.
I think how emphatic he is in his belief that Richard Allen is innocent, not just not guilty, but that he's innocent.
Yeah, he's straight up saying, like, he did not do this. He is being set up by a group of Odinists.
Yeah, that's what we
Delphi.
thought maybe with the last episode that
but this is
you don't remember.
This is brand new because this new lawyer went there and saw this himself.
Okay.
Of these charges and not involved at all, according to Bill Labredo. That was a bit surprising to me, and I pushed back on that a bit. Like, you're a defense attorney, that's your job, right? To say that. And he said he has handled murder cases. He's handled probably 100 murder cases in his career. And he says he doesn't say that very often. And he's never felt as strongly about a client's innocence as he does in this case.
Wow, Barbara, that says something. It really does. And the fact that you pushed him too, and you were like, well, you're not just saying your client's not guilty. You actually really believe that he's not guilty. And he even used the word innocent with you, not
innocent.
going a step beyond.
Yes, 100% innocent is what he said. We also talked about a lot of other things connected to the case.
So does this guy think Richard Allen is innocent?
Absolutely, factually innocent.
Okay.
Not just going to be found not guilty.
All right,
including the theory of Odinism that was floated by the original defense team. They've now been reinstated, but they said in some of their filings that they believe that white supremacist members of this Odinistic cult are responsible for the murders. And I asked him about that. Here's a little bit of what he had to say.
What's up, Manu?
I thought it was hocus pocus. I honestly didn't. I'd never heard of it.
I thought it was
more I got into it, that's a real thing.
Yeah,
it is a real thing, and it's scary.
In what way?
Well, I believe they sacrificed a girl and killed another one.
So that's already saying more than what we know, because he has details of the case that we're not privy to. And he said they sacrificed one and killed the other. That's a huge development.
Yeah, it's kind of what we thought, though, isn't it?
Well, they thought they sacrificed both of them.
Oh, okay. So one of them.
They had one specifically maybe in mind. That's what it sounds like to me.
It's like a True Detective thing.
Wow.
Absolutely. Season 1, episode 1. They have that girl against the tree.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that came out first or if the Delphi thing happened
I
first.
think
that was first. The True Detective.
Yeah, that came out like 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do they call it? The reconnaissance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that long ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because that was like
less than 10
Wolf
years
of Wall
ago.
Street and True Detective and that AIDS movie.
Jesus.
Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, there you go.
That AIDS movie. Christ.
Some of the people that live in Delphi were very brazen about their Odinistic beliefs on their Facebook pages and other social media accounts, including the sergeant who was in charge of keeping Mr. Allen safe in Westville.
You described one of those officers that's mentioned in one of Rosie and Baldwin's filings, Sergeant Jones, who was wearing patches that said "In Odin We Trust" on his Department of Corrections uniform.
Yep.
The judge ordered the warden to make them stop.
That is.
And then what did you notice?
That Mr. Jones had a tattooed under his right eye. From the best we can tell, it looks a lot like Odin's spear. And he had several tattoos on his forearms, including the interlocking triangles that are on his Facebook post. I got to give credit to
On his face.
Mr. Rosie and Mr. Baldwin that, you know, they picked up on that. We saw him, and, you know, confinement officers at the Allen County Jail aren't even allowed to have facial hair, let alone
How does
facial
that
tattoos.
happen? With the Odin?
I was a little miffed that the warden allowed that.
Yeah, because that's the other two lawyers that were working the case. They saw that some of the guards had Odin patches, and they went and complained about it. And then those correctional officers were told that they had to get rid of the patches.
Mhm.
Then he gets transferred to another prison, and they show up there. The people that are watching him there, when he goes in, they all have Odinist patches and friggin' face tattoos with Odinism symbols on their face.
Wow.
I think it's case closed, and you just need to find out which Odinist did this.
So you think Richard Allen is innocent?
I mean, based on the last 20 minutes, yes.
Is that how long this has been going on?
I'm Tiflish says, how does this town get hooked on such a random religion? I've never heard of it until this case.
That's a good question. Is it the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
I'm sure one guy just kind of brought it into town. One scam artist, he's like, hey, you guys like an Odinism?
Like guys like beards?
Yeah.
Like the Music Man.
Yeah, something like that. Or maybe just one guy just, started looking into it and then it just caught on.
I think it's a bunch of bored guys that probably don't want to go home to their wives and want to drink in the woods and fucking drink out of
I think it's based on a movie
Viking
or book.
horns and
Someone read the bad book or something.
And let's not forget, you were there.
I know.
So let's go back to that moment where
Yeah.
you're in the bar.
Yeah.
And everyone looks at you.
You ain't from around here, boy.
So what is the vibe you're getting? I know you've talked about this already, but now knowing what we know, do you have a different feeling?
Well, I feel like I was at the wrong place for that type of thing because I was at a bar restaurant where it seemed like
Don't they only have one?
there were more families there
Okay.
than, like a dive bar where these kind of seedy scoundrels would be at.
Like the bar in the opening of Fargo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where Steve Buscemi
Oh, yeah.
meets William H. Macy.
Gotcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Peter Stormare.
Yeah, there was a handful of families and people just there by themselves or whatever. And anytime anyone would walk in after I got there, they'd be like, oh, hey, what's up, Jen? Oh, hey, what's up, Todd? Like, know everybody who was like walking in. And so
is
they
that
looked at me and they were probably like,
Is that an Odin symbol, the way you were just waving?
Yeah. Whoa, that was
that
a
one?
Nazi symbol.
Oh,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Oh, that's not Odin. That's somebody else. Yeah, no, I don't know. It seemed like, after hearing about this, I could see how in that area it would probably be a big thing. Just a bunch of guys in the woods doing dumb shit.
Yeah, that's what it seems.
Wanted to drink next to a fire.
Yeah, the guys that have a fire pit and they turned it into a weird religion.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you get a couple sociopaths in there that want to kill somebody, and then this is what happens.
Makes him seem important.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah.
He even knew what it was.
That was one of the things that surprised me, too, is that it was the same guard, according to Bill Labredo, that had the patch, was told to stop wearing it, and then comes to work with the tattoo under his eye.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Barbara, as I'm watching that, and my jaw dropped. Something else that's interesting that you asked him about when he's telling you he believes in that legal theory. He wasn't the first attorney to put it forward, as you know. It was the first set of defense attorneys who are now back currently Richard Allen's defense attorneys. And as we know, attorneys don't always agree on a legal theory in a case. To me, that really says something that there may be some substantive value in it. Your thoughts?
Yeah, and he said that, their defense strategy would have been probably a little bit different than Rosie and Baldwin, but not too different. They were also preparing a Frank's memo for a Frank's hearing, alleging that there were, problems with the information that was used to obtain the search warrant for Richard Allen's home. So it sounds like they were following a similar path, if not, not identical, but a similar path for sure.
Close.
Well, let's not forget, too, with Richard Allen, they went to his house, they raided his bedroom, every place. They found evidence that they said suggests that, it was things that were very directly tied to the crime scene that they found there. That has not been released yet. They also dug up the dead cat in his backyard. So if it turns out that his cat's hair fibers were on those bodies in that woods, he's fucked. And he was a part of it. But his lawyers all seem to really think that he had absolutely nothing to do with it.
He's like, those pussy hairs ain't mine.
Nice. Mark just smiles into the microphone.
Mark's in a different world.
I haven't researched a lot of this case. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't heard about it from the other 2 episodes?
I've heard it against my will.
Yeah. He got pictures and video from when I was actually there. And that was enough.
Yeah, parts of Indiana do freak me out. And I get that same sense of kind of eerie weirdness when I drove through there.
Erie, Indiana.
On the way out to California here, I had to go through there, and it felt like dark. It felt like very flat, and like it just seemed like there was no soul to that place.
Yeah.
And I think that's
But we
why,
love you if you're from Indiana.
Yeah, if you're from Indiana, living there and enjoying it, more power to you.
Yeah, but
It just wasn't for me.
Walking down that friggin' trail that the girls walked down was one of the most terrifying things I've ever done in my life.
I can't believe you did that.
Wow.
During a rainy day when no one was there.
Yeah.
And then,
no one's going to hear you scream.
Literally, no one could hear you scream. And
that would be like walking into Jeffrey Dahmer's jerk-off booth in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Not knowing if he was caught yet.
Yeah, you did doing that in 1991.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right at the epicenter of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
So yeah, more details to come with this case as usual. Yeah.
Wow.
We don't know, obviously, but there's some strong words there.
Wait, so just to summarize the status of the case, they don't know exactly who did it, but they have someone in custody.
Yes. So Richard
Okay.
Allen was arrested. He was the local pharmacist.
And that's where it stands now. Officially, that's where it stands.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the guy that, gave all the prescriptions to people, but also worked the photo booth that I
Yeah.
went and saw in person
He
too.
wore a lot of hats at this Rite Aid or whatever.
And when the girls were having their funerals, the family came because that's like the only photo mart in town.
Yeah.
And he recognized them from the news and said, these girls have tragically passed away. This is on me. You don't have to pay.
Well, that's nice of him.
So he's either the nicest guy in the world or the biggest fucking psychopath.
What did he buy? Their aspirin? Whatever they get.
Well, he was buying. He
was just giving them a nice deal because of the tragedy they were dealing
like a
with.
murderer's discount.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Sorry I killed your kids, but here's some free photos for their funeral.
He's a coupon for some nasal decongestion.
Or he's a nice guy.
Or we'll see.
And don't take this out on the band Odin again.
Yeah, good.
The band Odin is innocent.
Nobody even knows the band Odin.
Google it.
Spotify.
Which brings us to our last story of the day.
Oh,
something that we called here, a week before the toxicology results came in.
Yeah, one of our first live streams, we discussed this case.
Kansas City Chiefs fans, early toxicology indicates cocaine and fentanyl in their systems.
Yeah, that seemed like the most likely scenario. So what happened is they were watching the Chiefs game, these group of friends in Missouri, and then people leave. The party's kind of over, but these 3 friends stuck around at their buddy's house, their buddy, the AIDS researcher, chemist.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went to bed. We don't know when. And they went to bed outside.
Yeah.
And never woke up.
Yeah.
And this other guy who owned the house slept for 2 or 3 days.
2 days.
Woke up, didn't know they were dead in the backyard. Anyway, so when we discussed it originally.
And then moved out the next day.
Yeah. Got a U-Haul really fast and moved out. And when we originally discussed it, we said that sure sounds like fentanyl.
Mm-hmm.
The way he was in hibernation for 2 days.
Yeah.
And the way all 3 of them just instantly died outside.
But my theory with the HIV chemist, as they
Mhm.
called him, I think he was trying to just sweat out all the drugs and just trying to get normal again, because maybe he's done that in the past. He's got on it, he's got off it. He's gonna try to get better and like get over it. But that takes like a week or two or something, I think.
But it does speak to people that have survived fentanyl overdoses.
Exactly.
They all say the same thing, that they basically pass out for a while, and then when they wake up, they're confused, and somehow they survive.
Yeah, they didn't even know that they passed out.
Yeah, just like those 3 guys were, who knows, they were probably outside having a cigarette.
Yeah.
And I guess just hit them
No,
all at the same time.
I think the chemist might have been down there with him. Maybe he woke up when those guys did not. And
Oh, wait, so you're saying he woke up and saw them dead?
Yeah, and just went upstairs.
And just left him there.
And just maybe staggered upstairs. Maybe he was like kind of like half out of it. You know,
I
just-
see.
just
Like,
went to go.
okay.
I'll go save myself.
Yeah, like I'll let them sleep it off.
Yeah,
At freezing
in the
cold.
freezing cold. Yeah, it wasn't that cold enough to kill them though. It was freezing.
What was the temperature?
It was like 33, I think it got to. So
I don't know.
It went down to 30.
Did it?
That
was
could
freezing.
be. I think if you sat out there all night in the 30-degree
That'll do
weather,
it. Yeah, you get
and
hypothermia.
plus the drugs, they weaken the immune system.
Oh, so they weren't even allowed to survive because
I don't know. And then the other theory is that he made a bad batch of drugs, or that the drugs came from him.
Well, that is coming from
one of the cousins or something.
People who know him said that he would synthetically create drugs for people based on what they wanted to feel.
Really?
Wow.
So yeah, he might have made a bad batch of coke that had some fentanyl in it.
It's like a bad batch of brownies.
Yeah.
But way worse.
Yeah, because on the one hand, I had a friend like this in high school on a smaller level, didn't make drugs, but just knew everything about them.
Yeah.
So it would always be like, oh no, take this with this, or only take a little dose of it. Like he knew
It's like your
everything.
pharmacist.
Yeah, just listen to him. This guy, it might have been like awesome to have him around. Like, okay, he can not only give you information about these drugs, but hey, why go buy Molly from someone on the street when he can just make it for us?
Yeah.
But my question is, how did fentanyl end up in his batch then?
I guess maybe sometimes it's not accidental. I think it does maybe make it better. I mean, it gives it a kick.
Wow, like
Yeah.
flirting with death to get a high.
I don't know.
Like David Carradine in Thailand.
Yeah, like he was he
Like
some noises are coming out there.
Nancy Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah, like getting close enough to death.
That's where the thrill is.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where the high is, almost dying.
It really is, though. That's what autoerotic asphyxiation
Yeah.
is all about.
Yeah. And maybe there's a version of that for drugs.
I think there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching an interview with Nancy Grace and this guy who's an expert on like chemistry and drugs. And I'm trying to find the clip right now because she just starts yelling at him because he's like, well, it's like a fatal dose if it's like 0.3 nanoliters per nanometer or whatever. And she's like, will you just explain it like a normal person?
Yeah. like an adult's talk. Or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
And it's
he's getting too in the weeds.
Reason that a person is not named a suspect or a person of interest, a POI, is because once you do,
Talk
they
to
are
us like we
suddenly
know
person of interest.
Come on.
shrouded, blanketed with protections under our Constitution. Once they are named a target, a suspect, a POI,
Okay.
you can't just walk up and start asking them questions anymore.
She's on a
An
roll.
introduction to solving crimes in cyberspace, and you can find him at darkintel.info. Todd Shipley, thank you for being with us. Do
We
you
didn't even hear Todd.
remember
Yeah, that website.
in the recent trial of Alex Murdoch
Backslash
on double
info.
murder, they actually
Yeah.
had to
Well, we'll
I
take
don't
your
know.
word for it.
I'm gonna have to find that clip and
Yeah.
we'll play it during a different thing. But yeah, Gustav, what is he saying? Mark, it was so cold that Mahomes' helmet cracked. That's plenty cold to take some bodies.
Mm.
That is true too.
Wait,
Right.
it cracked from from a hit?
From a hit to the head, yeah, his
Yeah.
helmet just exploded
Really?
during one big hit. Yeah, that is a good point.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was. Well, here's my thing. I think that dude only survived in the house because A, he might have been exposed to fentanyl before, so he's a higher tolerance for it, and B, he was inside. So like when you do cocaine, you start sweating and heating up.
Yeah.
And they were fucking probably sweating their asses off. Like, fuck, we need to go outside and
I mean, I don't want to
cool
speak
off.
ill of the dead, but looking at the picture,
Okay.
they do look like a drug crew. They look like.
Oh, come on. They didn't look like a drug crew.
Nobody looks like a drug crew.
They look
really.
like Kansas City fans.
Yeah, they look like guys who like to get drunk.
Well, there might be an overlap.
Yeah. There's a Venn diagram there.
No, they look like meat and potatoes, salt of the earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say something much worse.
Oh no.
They looked like Travis Kelce if he ate at McDonald's a couple more times a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So Nancy Grace, terrifying. I'm going to leave her picture up right here.
Perfect.
She's on the verge of a nervous breakdown every episode of her show.
She was yelling at this guy who was like, like I said, he was an expert with drugs and stuff. And she was saying, what does a fatal dose look like? If I had like a tablespoon, what would you put in there to kill me?
Too much. Yeah.
And he said, if you think about sea salt,
Yeah.
3 little crystals from that sea salt will kill you. If you're a normal,
But for
6 foot
fentanyl.
tall man,
So
yeah,
that's
fentanyl.
fentanyl.
Yeah, not sea salt.
Yeah, I'm getting lost in this analogy here.
Kyle sounds like the doctor who says you need to lose 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Hey, easy on the salt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the salt in this scenario is fat.
I can translate. Imagine the salt was fentanyl.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 little fucking rocks of fentanyl.
I need
will
the
kill you.
key to your explanation.
Yeah.
Your translation.
And so
The
how
legend,
many,
if you will.
how many could you put in just to enjoy a good high and survive?
Probably 1.
One. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
One little.
Who would
fucking-
risk that?
I
though?
would never even listen to any of this stuff he's talking about. Oh yeah, all right, I'll take one. I'll feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
To be honest, though, aren't drugs like that? Some drugs that you're really just at the mercy of wherever the hell it came from.
I mean,
Yeah.
and how potent it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some drug dealers use the same tables and same scales and everything for everything. So if you have that little of a drug that will kill you, they don't even need to put it in. It could just be used on the same table that they cut up the other stuff
Yeah.
on. And so you scoop that in, and next thing you know,
This
you're
guy's like
fucking dead.
Heisenberg putting together this
Yeah.
this concoction.
Yeah.
Right. It's like on the vegan products.
But
when it
Heisen-
says this was made in a factory where they were nuts.
Yeah.
So that implies like, oh, well, there could be a little nut dust on this.
But I feel like Heisenberg. Yeah.
Who
all
wants
that-
my
all-
nut
all
dust?
that way for that. I like it.
Heard that about you.
But Brian Cranston. Yeah. I know. Brian Cranston.
Byron Allen. Never mind.
What about him?
Go ahead. No, nothing. Now
Nut dust.
Now Mark wants to hear my notes. Now that I run out.
Steam has run out.
Yeah.
So what about Mr. Cranston?
Well, Mr. Cranston. Well, I don't know. I think in that show Breaking Bad, it's like
That
they call it
You
co-
might have heard of it.
they call it competency porn. It's like the characters in it are so competent. Like he would know if he killed someone, died from fentanyl, he would be doing it intentionally.
Right. Okay.
But I don't think this guy did. I think he just lost track of his fucking
Okay. So he meant to put in the one crystal.
maybe he had 2 like big shakers.
Then he sneezed.
One was fentanyl. Yeah, and he sneezed.
Yeah, no, the shaker. One was sea salt, one
Yeah,
was fentanyl.
like a Disney cartoon.
Right. He was probably making buffalo wings. He's like, wait, was this the sea salt or the
Or
fentanyl?
the fentanyl,
Yeah.
2 punches of fentanyl, or was it salt? I don't know.
And the guys are licking their fingers like,
Yeah,
these wings are
everyone's
the
like,
bomb.
"Hurry up with those wings and the fentanyl. We're getting ready for the game."
Man,
Yeah.
these wings are fire. And then he's like, "Ugh," and falls over.
Jay Leno's like, it is fire.
Ouch. What do you think about this, Mavis?
Hey, Mavis, my face on fire.
Mavis, answer me.
We shouldn't say Mavis anymore.
No.
I know, I'm
yeah.
so sorry.
Poor
Kevin,
Mavis.
Yeah, Kevin.
Kevin,
we'll
what
talk
do you think
about
about this?
Kevin, you want 1 or 2 crystals?
Stop my faith out.
Yeah. How many crystals do you want?
Is that Kevin knocking?
Yeah. So the big
Don't come a
update.
rocking.
The big update on this is that the guy who was the chemist and HIV researcher, he moved out of the place right after they were found dead.
Uh-huh.
He has since gone to rehab,
Yeah, he's there now, right?
and on top of that, the district attorney or some sort of prosecutor's office has met with the family saying, "Don't think we're not working on this." so there might be charges coming for
But
manslaughter.
this is like the same thing with the murders in Indiana. There, remember that cop was like, "Oh, we know what's going on here. Don't believe me."
Oh yeah.
Never believe any of these people.
Yeah,
Right. That press conference was a while ago, and nothing's changed.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, we know who we're looking at, and they know we're looking at them."
Yeah. Actually, there's one other story that I wanted to mention because it's kind of tied to this. This is the first time a school shooter's parents have been found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. That just happened today.
Yeah, that's a huge story and a huge outcome.
Jennifer Crumbly was found guilty of 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter.
And now her world is crumbly.
Nice. Yeah, so sentencing is going to happen, but I think involuntary manslaughter is usually 5 to 10 years per charge.
Lock her up. I say it's about time you jail the parents because I'm pissed. Sandy Hook, the mom, sure, he shot her too, but she gave him the gun, taught him how to use it. Columbine.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And Sue Klebold, mother of Dylan Klebold, one of the Columbine shooters, she had no idea there was an arsenal.
Yeah, in her own house.
I mean, give me a break.
Yeah.
And then she goes and does a TED Talk.
It was a good TED Talk, though.
We need no. Come on, you really think that? We're gonna analyze this.
Can I bring up something that more aligns with death in entertainment?
Sure.
Wait, are you saying this isn't entertainment?
This is a crew member on Marvel's Wonder Man television series died after an accident at CBS Radford Studios, right down the street here.
When?
Wow.
This was today.
What?
Yeah. The LA County coroner identified the crew member as Juan Carlos Osorio, a 41-year-old rigger who lived in Temple City, California.
What was that?
Whoa,
no, I'm just kidding.
You know what I said.
The weather today is got everyone a little nutty.
That's a defined role on a movie and television set.
Yes.
Yeah.
Marvel. You're doing a marvelous job.
Yeah, thank you. He died after falling off the rafters Tuesday morning while filming Wonder Man.
Wonder Mint?
Wonder Man.
Man. Okay.
Yeah, this Marvel TV series.
I thought it was like a package of Altoids that had
Wonder Man.
superpowers.
So yeah, there's an investigation ongoing right now, but that was just this morning.
Wow.
He fell off the rafters.
Was he overworked, maybe you think? Like tired?
And underpaid.
Yeah. That's not a joke. That happens all the time. People that are just tired on set with those hours.
Well, they said it was the morning. I wonder if they were working through the night because Marvel works people to death.
Right. Well, yeah, we see that today.
Yeah, like they did that. There was a big complaint or backlash about the editing staff, the special effects, She-Hulk or a couple other Marvel things, and it came out bad. And there was like some backlash because they're like, yeah, they work us like they bid it out to contractors, they pay nothing, and people got to work, like 80-hour weeks or something.
Lowest bid wins.
Lowest bid wins. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, they're looking into it now to see what happened, and
there is an OSHA investigation.
OSHA investigation. Yeah.
Wow. And there's they're saying if you feel unsafe on set for any reason, members can call the IATSE safety hotline, 844-422-9273. IATSE. All right, IATSE.
Yeah.
Yahtzee.
You say potato, I say potato.
I say Yahtzee.
Let's call this Marvel TV series off.
But if you call that number, you won't get hired again in this business.
Yeah, yeah.
I certainly won't be working on another Byron
Kevin
Allen
Feige will never. Yeah, we've destroyed everything.
Well, Mark destroyed our chances of working with Alyssa Milano.
Yeah,
by calling her husband a deadbeat.
That was the problem with that segment.
Offensive thing.
What? Kyle, called her a fraud.
Well, he's just calling it like he sees it.
Spade a spade, baby.
A Milano.
Yeah.
Wait, she's one cookie that lost its sweetness, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So the guy who is directing this, he worked on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Community, and Shanghai in The Legend of the Ten Rings. That's kind of that Marvel movie.
Yeah.
which I saw. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you saw Chappaquiddick too.
Yeah, I've seen 2 movies in my life.
Yeah.
Chappaquiddick and that. But yeah, the poor guy, he fell to his death, and there'll be more to that at some point, which we'll cover again in the future.
He's the 4th death.
Yeah,
Deaths
that
come
I may or may not have caught.
Did you know that deaths come in 4s?
Yeah, that's the new thing.
Like
yeah.
the 4 horsemen of the
the
apocalypse.
Yeah. It's Trump, Steve Bannon, who else? Ron DeSantis,
Byron Allen.
Byron Allen.
Wow, so we really covered it all tonight.
I know. I think we got it.
Yeah.
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 What do you think, Kyle?
I think I want to send some thoughts out to Emily Willis. She is a working adult actress in Los Angeles. She actually, I got to know her a little bit over the years. She hired me to do a bunch of jobs for her, helping her move into her apartment and put up some furniture and everything. She just overdosed at Passages in Malibu.
Oh my God.
And is in critical condition. Overdosed. It's probably fentanyl that they're thinking.
Oh,
she is at Thousand Oaks Hospital in critical condition. And there's people on Twitter saying she died, and I'm hoping that's not true.
Jeez.
She's a very, very nice, good person. So thoughts out to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope that
That's
is
awful.
not the case. I hope she's going to recover.
Yeah. Come back stronger than ever. And hope some good news is coming out of that in the next few hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the whole thing. Unless you guys have anything else.
No, I just want to make sure I do my sign off so we maybe save some
Yes,
people.
we can save Emily.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just want to say that thanks for joining us. There were some technical difficulties.
Yeah, a
because
lot this week.
We're in the middle of a monsoon.
Yeah.
And me and Mark couldn't even connect to the internet, so we're all on Kyle's line. But we are in the same room.
Yes.
Roughing it together, and we are happy that we could do this episode tonight.
Yeah. And we look forward to doing more.
Send us an email, send us a message if you have any questions or any suggestions for things to bring up or something you just want to chat about, let us know.
deathandentertainment@gmail.com, and you can go to deathandentertainment.com to get all our other social media links.
Hey.
And then a little reminder that our podcast comes out tomorrow, and this week it's Super Bowl themed.
Ooh.
We talk about the salacious and shocking case of Ray Lewis from the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
And that will be dropping tomorrow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
case.
check it out wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah.
All right.
Not Google anymore.
Rapture Cat, thank you so much. Said another great show. I'm Tiflish. Said this was fun. So glad you guys had fun. We had fun as well. Thanks for bearing with us. And we got this thing started late, but we got it done.
Yes. And until next week.
Don't go dying on us.
Bye-bye.